live on a cool and exciting Friday night. Welcome on into the Bullpen with Adam the Bull, brought to you by Bet Rivers. Good evening, everybody. And yes, it is a good evening. And I'll tell you, I had a terrible attitude earlier today. Terrible. I was negative about the Cavs. I was miserable. I thought they'd lose. I didn't think the guys who were injured were going to suck it up and play. I was pissed off that guys weren't playing. I was in a fucking ornery mood. You know, I was in a bad mood after they lost game 2. Obviously, they pissed that game away. We were all in a bad mood after that game. And I think we all had the right to be. But I kept that bad mood. I was all bummy and depressy, and it was pitiful. And I kind of lost faith in this team when I should have known better. And this series isn't over. The Cavs haven't certainly won it yet. They could easily lose this series. But I felt like I gave up on the Cavs earlier today on UCSS. And, they showed you tonight why you shouldn't be so quick to give up on them. And I guess I was just so down because of the way they lost game 2. Look, my hair's a mess. I'm a total disaster right now. That I couldn't wrap my head around, them playing significantly better. But here we are, and yes, they did. And, it was great because, the Cavs get off to the fantastic start. They score the first 11. They're up 25-10. And then the final 5 minutes of the first quarter, just terrible. The Pacers go on a 22-7 run. And then the Cavs come out there in an all-time great postseason second quarter, outscore Indiana 34-13. Kenny Atkinson, who had not done this really at all, goes into a zone defense in the second quarter. We've been talking so much about how Kenny Atkinson's done a bad job in this series. He's been out-coached by Rick Carlisle. Well, Kenny Atkinson turned the tables as the Cavs did. Great job going to the zone in the second quarter. The Pacers were unable to adjust, and the Cavs dominated that second quarter, and that essentially was the game. And the Pacers made a little run in the third, and they got it again in the fourth. They cut it down, I want to say 10 or 12, whatever it was. But they never, and everybody was nervous because of how they fucked around and lost game 2, which I get. But in the end, the Cavs, every time the Pacers made a run, they immediately came right back at them in those quick runs in the third and fourth quarter. And the Cavaliers do a great job. It's a great win. 126-104 is the final. It was awesome to see everybody back. The guys all look pretty good. Obviously, let's start with Donovan Mitchell, who, he hasn't missed any games, but he's been so beat up in this series, looked banged up. Well, I would argue he was even better tonight than he was last game when he scored 48. I mean, he's more efficient. He actually shot the 3 well, pretty well for the first time all series. He made 5 threes, shot nearly 50% from the field, had 9 boards, 5 assists. He was great, as always. But the 3 guys that you didn't have last game, Darius Garland, he didn't shoot particularly well, but he still had 10 points, 3 assists. And as they pointed out astutely on the broadcast, his presence, his ability to bring the ball up the court, to create some opportunities for Donovan Mitchell, made a huge difference in this game, no doubt about it. Evan Mobley, coming off the sprained ankle, missed 1 game. A little bit of a shaky start, was turning the ball over a bunch of times early. Although, how does he have no turnovers? He's listed with no turnovers. Didn't he fumble like 3 passes? I don't know. But anyway, he looked a little off early, but then, man, he really picked it up. He was great. 18 points, 13 boards, 4 assists, 3 steals, and 3 blocks. You'd never know. I should say you never know he had a sprained ankle. He was he didn't look totally himself, but still, what a monster game. Until late, you wouldn't have known that Garland was hurt, but then towards the end, you noticed it. Obviously, that play where they talked about stubbing his toe. And then finally, DeAndre Hunter off the bench. Again, not a massive game, but certainly he contributed in his 21 minutes of action, 8 points and 5 rebounds. Was 2 of 6 from the field. And then let's talk about the two guys that have been playing every game. They both played great. Max Strus, he was unfucking believable in this game. This guy's playing out of his mind. He got him off to that great start, scored 8 of their first 11, 20 points, 7 boards, 7 assists. Are you fucking kidding me? What a game for Max Strus. I mean, he was amazing. The Pacers had 4 offensive rebounds in this game. 4. Max Strus had 2 by himself. So an unbelievable game. Again, Strus, 27-7, a block, no turnovers. And Jarrett Allen, Mr. Steady again, 19 points, 12 boards, 4 offensive rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocks. So, I mean, those guys all got it done. Not many other contributions. I thought Sam Merrill played some good defense. He couldn't knock down a shot. Dean Wade was useless as usual on the court. Ty Jerome has had an awful series. He was awful again tonight. 1 of 8 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3, and obviously only played 13 minutes. He lost some minutes to Sam Merrill because he's been just terrible in this series. He is just way off. But a great effort overall, even though the Cavs once again under 30% from 3. They got off to a good start. They were 5 of 6 from 3. But then they only went 9 for 41 the rest of the way. But they had so many more shot opportunities. The Cavs had 100 field goal attempts. The Pacers had 80. The Cavs out-rebounded them 56-37. I mean, that's just bonkers. The Cavs had more defensive rebounds than the Pacers had total rebounds, which is just incredible. So, again, a great effort by the Cavs. The top 6 guys in the lineup all played great. And you know, I part of the reason I was feeling so down is because I wasn't confident that these guys were going to play, but they did, and they all contributed. And it was so clear that Donovan, it was just much easier for him physically tonight. And then they brought in that goon, what's his name, James Johnson at the end. Man, that guy, I thought he was going to push Mobley into the crowd. He was beating up everybody out there. Glad they did finally get the starters out. I know they blew a big lead. I probably would have pulled Garland and Mobley a minute or two earlier, but all right. I was texting with Jason and Mike, and Jason's like, yeah, they're down 0-2. They can't afford to take any chances. I get it. I was just nervous because that guy came in the game like he wanted to kill somebody. I mean, he was just beating the crap out of everybody for a couple of minutes. But the Cavs take care of business. They win at 126-104. I think everybody's got to be feeling better. Everybody who was bummed out and in a negative attitude, I'm sure a lot of you are like me in that way. And I feel totally different now because not only because they won, but because of how they won and all the guys looked relatively healthy. And who knows what's going to happen the rest of the way. And you know, it's just 10 hours ago that I was like, nah, the Cavs are going to lose tonight. You know, and I maybe I was just protecting myself from feeling shitty. That's usually not my MO. But now I'm totally flipped. Now I feel like, okay, the Cavs are going to take care of business. Because I thought they'd bounce back in game 2. They had all those injuries, and they should have won game 2. Let's face it. I mean, the Cavs have been the better team the last 2 games. They just pissed it away in the fourth quarter last game where they'd be leading the series. But I'm expecting the Cavs on Sunday night, and I know it's a quick turnaround. So we'll see. Maybe Garland and Mobley and Hunter won't be able to be as effective. But they all played well enough, especially Mobley. He was the best of the 3. And they all looked well enough that I'm expecting, if the Cavs are healthy, they're the better team. If the Cavs are healthy, they should win the series. Even down 2-1. Even losing. And if they win game 4 on Sunday, then they have home court advantage back. And the Cavs are now are once again favored to win the series. They're back as the favorite to win the series. They're a 4.5-point favorite in Game 4. We've got that line already up here at Bet Rivers. Cavs minus 4.5, minus 182 on the money line. Excuse me. And so exciting stuff. Really exciting to see the Cavs just bounce back in a big-time way coming off that epic collapse. So I'm super psyched right now. Cavs are plus 200 to win the East at the moment. Excuse me. Celtics plus 160, Cavs plus 200, Knicks plus 275, Pacers plus 500 as of right now. By the way, in the other game tonight, you got the Thunder leading the Nuggets 24-18. About 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. All right, I need a little water. So I'm super pumped. I'm feeling so much better than the misery I was earlier today, and hopefully you guys are all feeling the same as I am. Aiden says, Bull, will they win it all if they keep playing like this? Yeah, I mean, if they play like they did tonight, sure. And now the Celtics, who have no excuse, unlike the Cavs with the injury excuse, and I didn't even accept that as an excuse. Now they'll find out tomorrow if they win a Game 3. I'll tell you something else from this game. Indiana came in totally controlled. They were cocky. They had been the better team, not the better team, because the Cavs were the better team for most of the second game. But the Pacers had been the more aggressive team, the more physical team. And it's not like the Cavs were crazy physical tonight, but it seemed like the Cavs were getting beat to every loose ball in the first two games, and it was totally different. The Cavs played with way more energy tonight than they did in the first two games. And the Pacers did not have the energy that they had in the first two games. The only thing they had the energy for was whining and crying to the referees. My God. I just hate it in general in the NBA that every player thinks he gets fouled on every play. You know who doesn't do a ton of that? Donovan, and I love that. One of the many things I love about Donovan, when so many superstars whine about calls all the time, he doesn't do a lot of that. He just gets up and keeps on kicking ass. I mean, the Pacers were losing it, getting technical fouls, so stupid. Now, the fourth foul by Darius Garland was really dumb in the first half. He shouldn't have pushed, was it Toppin? I can't remember. That was really stupid by Darius. He's got to be smarter than that. But fortunately, it didn't come back to bite them. He actually didn't get any fouls in the second half, so good job out of him there. I thought the Pacers lost their composure, lost their cool, and lost their edge. And now they got to be doubting themselves. There's going to be doubt creeping in because the Cavs have been the best team all year in the East, and they played like it tonight. They didn't the first two games, but tonight they played like it, and that was just amazing to see. Stone Buckeye says, let's fucking go, Cavs in 6. George says, hey, Bull. Hey, George. T-Dank, how about them Cavs, Bull? Damn right. Wasted time, Chief. Perfect coaching by Kenny Atkinson. Stoned Buckeye. Rest of the series is going to be a Cavalanche. I hope so. Eric, Don is an alien. An alien. An alien. Adam says, what up, Bull? Shout out from Lorraine. Go Cavs. Thanks, Adam. Go Cavs. Joel says, Bull, what's up? Sam with the bull emojis. Thank you. Multiple bull emojis. Folks, if you're watching right now and you have not hit the subscribe button, there's no cost. Just click that subscribe button right under the screen, please. I would appreciate it if you haven't done it. I'm sure most of you on here have, if not all. But Bailey, Donovan is a top 5 player. Will Y Productions, Houdini Halliburton. Yeah, Halliburton has been great in this series. He no-showed in this game. Wow. He had 4 points. He's supposed to be your best player. 4 points. And he only took 8 shots. The Pacers actually shot the ball slightly better overall and slightly better from 3. But like I said, they took 20 less shots and 17 less threes. But Halliburton, just a non-factor in this game. Their leading scorer was Matherin off the bench with 23. Siakam at 18. Miles Turner, 15. He wasn't the same after he kind of got banged up there at some point. He didn't really do anything after that. McConnell at 12 and Nembhard had 10 for Indiana. I don't know why I got a tickle. Brandon says, Bull, can we get a Marv Albert Jay Crowder impression? Oh, that's an old school ask there, Brandon. I don't know if I can do it right now because my voice is a little effed up. Hold on, let me see if I can fix it. And I'll try to do that impression. I haven't even done that impression in probably 6 years, so I don't even know if I can still do it. And Jay Crowder for 3. Jay Crowder. My Marv Albert's off. I don't think I have it anymore. It wasn't great. Tim, if the dudes play, we win. Carter, Spider's still dominant, but he's got so much more help. Great to see. Yeah, man. I mean, what a difference. What a difference when he had the other guys there. That was awesome. T-Dank, Cavs kept their foot on the gas, never let up. True. Adam, Pacers mentality broke the game. Cavs D frustrated the Pacer role players so much. Yeah, that switch to the zone in the second quarter, that was unbelievable. It's like the Pacers had never seen the zone before. Stone Buckeye, if I didn't already know better, I'd say Bull took a long rip before the stream started. Is a rip a drink or a marijuana? That's how with it I am. I don't drink. Is marijuana? I don't smoke. I'm 100% pro legal marijuana, but I don't use it myself. I just think it's insane that it would be illegal. But no, I did not drink. I did not smoke any pot or do any other drugs before this podcast, nor have I ever. Well, I smoked pot 2 or 3 times when I was in college. But that was a long time ago. Really did nothing for me. Let's see. Pravnav, overrated. Hallie, Pacers margin for error really small when our stars are back. True. DS, Wade stinks. Fair. Noble captures. Max Strus and Donovan been playing phenomenally. Yeah, they have. Donovan's got a lot of faith in Strus right now. Strus, yeah, as Bailey points out too, it's been unbelievable. Kevin, 2 for Jerome. Even my wife, who was a casual fan, was yelling at TV to get him off the court. You know, Mike and Jason and I have a group text, the 3 of us, and we text often during these games. And Mike and Jason thought that Jerome would be benched in the second half, but he put him in back in the third quarter for a little bit, but he didn't do anything, and then he didn't come back again till garbage time. Stone Buckeye, where are the Pacers fans tonight? Well, I don't know. There were a lot of Pacers fans in my mentions the last couple of days, but not today. Cavs Knicks Eastern Conference Final. That would be fun. Amber says, give Mitchell his props. Have I not given Mitchell his props? RDY Bull, you back on the Cavs train? Whoop, whoop. I never got off. I wanted them to win. I was just feeling so depressed about it. I was feeling sorry for myself. It was pathetic, and I apologize. But, yeah, I'm back in good spirits here. I just thought the guys weren't going to play. I wasn't convinced of that. And just seeing those guys come back from injury, as great as Donovan is, he can't do it by himself. He needs help. You saw that tonight. He played a great game, and this time it was more than enough because he got help. I just realized I left some extra lights on. Does my picture look funny? Do I look like different than I normally look? Yeah, I don't know. I have lights on my ceiling above me that I usually don't have on during the show, but they're on. Taking you behind the scenes a little bit. Let's see. Noble says, tie 2 for 22 the last 2 games. Yeah, can't get much worse than that. Wasted time. Chief, Strus shot a horrible 3 and made a bad foul to start the 4th, and Kenny sat him for a chat, and benching Jerome over his effort. Awesome coaching. Yeah, but besides that, Strus was great. Wasted. Max was banging people around pretty nicely. Yeah, he was. That's why they brought that what's his name in at the end to beat him up a little bit. James Johnson. Who do we got? I lost my place. Darn it. James Johnson is a black belt, says Taylor. Yeah, Mikey McNuggets was telling me that. Michael, let's go Cavs. Chris Gillespie, Bull. What's up, Chris? Waste of time, Chief. Cavs 4-2. Brian, if the Cavs win Sunday, I think they'll win the series. Yeah. I feel good about the Cavs winning the series right now. Opie McNuggets. Vegas is cashing in, man. Well. Chris, I think it should be 2-1 Cavs. I think the pressure is on the Pacers after tonight because they just lost their first game at home. More than life. Guardians crushing. Yeah, good win for the Guardians as well tonight. No, it's not a playoff game, but the Guardians blanking a very good Phillies team. And the Phillies had been red hot coming into this into this series, but the Phillies beat them. The Guardians beat them 6-0. Gavin Williams, good to see him get a good start. Only went 5, but he allowed just 8 base runners, 4 hits, 4 walks, no runs, 8 strikeouts. Good night for him. Heron, Gaddis, went an inning each, and then Matt Festa going 2 innings, newly acquired Guardian. 1 hit for Stephen Kwan, 1 hit for Schneemann and a ribby. Jose Ramirez hit a home run, which was good to see. We hadn't seen him hit a home run in a while. Angel Martinez with a home run, his first of the year. Kyle Manzardo hit his 9th of the year. He had 2 hits, and Martinez also had 2 hits in the game. So good to see that. Nice win for the Guardians, who are now 23-15 and 12-5 at Progressive Field. All right. Opie McNuggets, who cares about the Guardians? What the fuck's wrong with you? Guardians doing great. Sebvo, love you, Bull. Love you, Sebvo. More than life. Now, let's see. Cherry Berry. It's a mental thing with Ty. He is implayable. I think he's saying he's not playable. Talking and Grubbin Media. What's up, Bull? The Cavs played Cavaliers basketball tonight, which was missing the first 2 games. They still have the chances to win them. That's true. Divinity Evil, where would you put Donovan in the all-time Cavs player list? I still got him 3rd. I put him 3rd. He's ahead of Mark Price. He's ahead of Doherty. He's behind LeBron, obviously. Nobody's ever passed LeBron. And for me, he's still behind Kyrie. Even though I like Donovan a million times more than I like Kyrie. But I still got to put Kyrie ahead of him. Anthony says Don is the 2nd best Cavs player ever. I hate to argue about it, but I'm going to disagree and say 3rd. Byron says, Sup, Bull. Cavs showed that if they have everybody, they're a better team. Yes, Byron. Good to see you, Byron. It's been a while. Good man. Byron makes cooked fried turkey for me a couple times for Thanksgiving. It was always delicious. So shout out to my man Byron. Leo Trip 10. Cavs coach said before they couldn't play their zone with them. They figured it out maybe. Leo, is Marv Albert still alive? Yeah, I think so, right? Brandon thanked me for doing the impression of Marv Albert. Yeah, I don't know, man. I appreciate you asking. I didn't think it was a very good impression, though. Matt the Cat, Bull, you are the best sportscaster in Cleveland. Thank you. Thank you, Matt. I can't disagree with you. How can I disagree with that? Paramjot Sandhu, if Cavs win the championship, Bull, you have to take a hit of a joint. No, I don't need to. I'm sorry. It's just not my thing. You do it. Feel free. It's just not my thing. I got enough addiction issues that I don't need to be smoking pot. Talking to Grubbin Media, Allen has been playing good in this series to you. Very good. Dan, if the Cavs can stay healthy, I don't think Indiana will win another game. I agree. D. Lee Crypto, do you think Ty Jerome is just a regular season player? No, he played great against Miami. I know he's just not played well in this series. Sometimes some guys don't fit in certain matchups, right? You know, Kevin Love struggled in certain matchups. Different guys fit. We found an Achilles heel. He's been bad in this series. Leo Tripp, do you think the Celtics will lose their series? I don't. I'd still pick the Celtics to win it. But I give the Knicks a better chance than the Pacers at this point of pulling the full upset. Hey, Bull, if they might bring is it true they might bring back the Chief Wahoo symbol? No, I don't think so. That ship sailed already, folks. Get over it, please. Michael Spider. Matt the Cat Telling Bull. Laskin dude, must win home next game. Go Cavs. DG looking good. The home team in the playoffs are all losing. Hey, D. Lee, I think Donovan will easily pass Kyrie if he leads the team to ring. Yes. If the Cavs win a championship, I assume that Donovan will be the best player. I think that would probably move Donovan ahead of Kyrie, most likely, yes. Because he's already right there. Spider on his way to being the best Cav ever. Stop it. Just stop that. We all love Spider. Don't get crazy. That's just silly. Bull, if Kyrie is second for you, is Kyrie ever better overall player than Mitchell on the Cavs? Is Kyrie? They're both fantastic players. Both super elite players. D'Angelo, if Cleveland wins game 3, I think he means game 4, which I think will be close. I see a big home blowout game for the Cavs in 5. My son is upstairs talking as loud as I do. I don't know what the hell he's doing right now. Harry, you got to quiet down up there, buddy. I'm doing a show down here, for crying out loud. Paramjot, oh, Bull. I'm a weed smoker. I sure will. Blah says, Bull, why is Don so underrated? He's not underrated. Everybody loves him. Everybody knows him. Nobody thinks he's not underrated. He's a top 15 player in the league. Probably top 10. MSPI have to win the next game. Don't want to go down 3-1. Yes. No. They got to win game 4. Cleveland, let's not forget Mark Price. Yeah. Price and Doherty are right there. But I would have Donovan and Kyrie ahead of Mark Price for me. You make your own list. Paramjot, King is the best. Will be that way forever. Correct. Nick, 2016 Cavs ended the Cleveland sports drought. Big Papa, shout out Bull from South Euclid. Thank you, Big Papa. Creative Juices, Bull hitting dingers yet? Batting 1,000. No dingers yet. There's been no. This was the first week of Little League. There were 10 games played in the majors division. There's been no home runs yet, but yeah. Bull Jr.'s batting 1,000 so far in the season. He's 7 for 7 with a walk. He's feeling himself right now. Wasted time, Chief. Little Bull raging. Yeah, he's just screaming and yelling. I don't know what the hell he's doing upstairs. Alaskan dude, what do you think of Sanders' first day of practice, folks? I love football as much as everybody else. I saw my man Brad Stainbrook, and I like Brad. He's a young guy in the business, saying Shador outplayed. I mean, come on. Can we stop it? It's it's rookie mini camp, guys. This is insane. Jazzy David, I knew we'd win this game. Go Cavs. Sam, everyone get your wagers in for game 4 on Bet Rivers. Thank you, Sam. Yes. Check out the Bet Rivers app. Right now, again, as I said, you got the Cavs favored by 4.5. Or on the money line, minus 182 with an over-under of 231. Thunder and Nuggets, good battle. 9 minutes to go first half, 36-34 OKC. Live line at Bet Rivers, 5 points. Celtics favored by 6 in New York tomorrow. T-Wolves favored by 5.5 in Oakland tomorrow. Creative Juice, the fervor over the first practice is nuts. That it is. Shaq, says Leo. Shaq played here at the end of his career. What are you talking about? Blah, what chance do you give the Cavs in game 4? I think they're going to win. I mean, the way they played tonight, and I know every game is a different game. I get it. But when coming into the series, I thought the Cavs would win in 5 or 6. But then they got hurt. They played terribly in the first game. They got hurt and choked away the second game. You lost faith. I know I did. But I'm back on track with the way they played tonight and with everybody being healthy. Not just that they won, but that everybody was healthy and they kicked ass. I think they're going to win 4 in a row. Mark it down, baby. Cavs in 6. Alaskan dude, Mobley looked relatively healthy. He did. Preston Tucker, yo, Bull. What's up, Preston? Cleveland says, honestly, haven't the Cavs owned the last 2 games? I mean, they have until the final quarter of game 2. It doesn't matter. You got to win the games. They didn't in game 2. They did tonight. They got it done. All right, folks. Thanks, everybody, for joining me. Great win for the Cavs. Great win for the Guardians. I'll be back on again Sunday, immediately following Cavs-Pacers Game 4. Hopefully, we're celebrating another victory, an evening of the series, and the rightly return of home court advantage for the Cavaliers before they play Game 5 next week back in Cleveland at 2-2. Hopefully, that's what we need. Great win for the Guardians. Amazing first day of rookie minicamp for the Browns. I love you all. See you all. Thanks to Max and Z for producing. Love you, blah. Happy Mother's Day to everyone. I'll be back on Mother's Day, as I said, that night. You should treat your wives and mothers great every day, but take it to another level for this Sunday. All right, I'll see you all later. Everybody have a good night. You've been listening to Bullpen with Adam the Bull, brought to you by Bet Rivers. Later.